In this video, I want to rank every single Pokemon released by how strong to how bad it was. So we're gonna try to put all of them in order from left to right. These are the Pokemon that got released when the game came out as well. And I'm just gonna try to rank literally all of them in an order and see what we can come up with. Could be quite interesting. I hope this is a fun idea. So what do I think is the most broken ever release? I think it's gonna be like, people are gonna be up on this, but I think Mewtwo Y actually takes the first position. And then Zacian. I mean, it's between those two Pokemon, right? But maybe we start later with this. Maybe oh, you know what? I'm just gonna go through the release dates. Let's just do it actually like this. So, we start with Gardevoir. Gardevoir was the first ever released Pokemon, and then I'm just gonna add something to the left or to the right of Gardevoir. That's actually much better, right? And we're gonna slowly build up this list. In the end, I might add the game release Pokemon as well. Not quite sure yet. I might just rank them as well on order on how strong they are on release. But yeah, Gardevoir was the first ever released Pokemon. It was pretty bad. It needed level 10 for Unite move, level 10 for the last evolution. It was pretty bad. Blissey for sure was better Pokemon. Not by much though. But Blissey became shortly a bit popular. Eggbeat back then was pretty bad, but Safeguard Helping Hand was actually quite good. But yeah, then Blastoise, the first OP release Pokemon. We all remember Water Spout, Rapid Spin. We're doing hundreds, thousands of damage every single game. You could basic attack during Water Spout. So you were holding down Water Spout and you could basic attack at the same time, dealing incredible damage for the entire game. It was absolutely ridiculous. Mamoswine. Ooh, was Mamoswine worse than Gardevoir or better than Gardevoir? Probably worse, right? It was a defender that needed level 10. Yeah. I think it was worse.
Ah, my champion returns.
Delivers, thank you for the 6 months. I'm still gonna disable my alerts for now, I guess. I can talk to you guys, but yeah. Mamoswine was worse. Like, that was such a bad release, man. Level 10 for Unite, level 10 for Last Evolution. It felt miserable to play. Sylveon, on the other hand, probably above Blastoise. Sylveon was day 1 nerfed. Sylveon was the first hotfix released Pokemon that actually got a hotfix nerf on day 1 or day 2. It was very, very broken. Very, very broken. With Hyper Voice as well, but Mystical Fire was a different. Like, you did every game, you did 130k damage just pressing Mystical Fire. It was very OP back then. Of course, right now we are used to, you know, Pokemon doing a lot of damage, I guess. But back then it was ridiculous how much damage Mystical Fire Sylveon did throughout the entire game. And Hyper Voice was also ridiculous. Greedent. So you might say, yeah, Sylveon got day 1 hotfix, but was Greedent better or worse than Sylveon? It was better than Blastoise, I'm pretty confident. The question is, what do you guys think? Was it better or worse than Sylveon? It was so OP, man. It was so OP. Man, Greedent was crazy on release. Belch and Corvette, in case you don't know, you should watch some old videos of mine. I made some videos back then. It was ridiculous. But I don't know, I feel like Sylveon probably was better because it was also easier to play. You literally just press Mystical Fire and everything died, right? It's actually very difficult between those two. It's actually very difficult. Oh man. I think both are better than Blastoise, but Blastoise was also P. There's a big gap right now between these two Pokemon. There's a huge gap. But like the Belch, yeah, I mean, you pretty much had a 0 cooldown Belch. It was absolutely insane. I had the biggest winning streak I ever had with Greedent. I had like a 26 game win streak playing Greedent or something. Or actually, I don't know how much it was. Like 19, 20. I had a 19-20 win streak with Greedent. It was ridiculous. Between these two, it's kind of difficult. Decidueye, Spirit Checker was garbage, but I think Razor Leaf wasn't bad, right? I think Razor Leaf was actually quite good on release. Like it back then, there was not too much power creep yet, so you could actually play it well, right? But it might be after Blissey. It might be behind Blissey. But Blissey Eggbeat was also unplayable. But Safeguard Helping Hand, I think, got popular, right? No, back then Safeguard was OP actually because you could combine it with Score Sheet as well. You could do Score Sheet, Safeguard, and you could just score a billion points every game. So I think it was better than the Decidueye. The good old Score Sheet, Safeguard, Blissey. Yeah, that was pretty good. Serena. I think Serena slots into here, right? Better than these, but not as OP as the other ones. But Serena did dominate the game for quite a while, but I think it's right. I think this is a good spot for Serena, right? Behind these 3 OP Pokemon, these were just alright. I think Serena's like, you know, slots in right here. I think that's very good positioning. Dragonite. Dragonite is difficult. Is Dragonite here? Either Dragonite is better or worse than Blastoise, right? I think it might be... Oh, it was so broken. But I don't think it was Sylveon or Greedent broken, right? But yeah, I mean, the last hitting was ridiculous. So, it might be... I mean, I don't know. Guys, Blastoise was so OP as well. On release, it was crazy. We talked about release as well, right? Just on release. I think it might be here. Do we think it's better? Well, I mean, I think Greedent and Sylveon were for sure more OP, right? But is Dragonite better or worse than Blastoise? I mean, it's very close. It is very close. Better because last hit? Yeah, I mean, Blastoise took 0 skill, yeah, you're right. I mean, the Unite move as well, like, Blastoise united so much damage, it was ridiculous. I think I'm happy with this. Trevenant. Trevenant was beyond awful. The question is, I don't know if it was worse or better than Mamoswine, but this could be our new worst Pokemon for now. Trevenant was one of the worst releases ever. I hated, I had to stop playing it. So I think Mamoswine was a bit better. Mamoswine actually saw a bit of play as well. I think Trevenant was actually worse than Mamoswine. It was unplayable. Absolutely unplayable, right? I think I'm gonna put it last. And then we have the next release as well. Aegislash. Oh my god, it was so OP. It was so bad, I mean. Ah, but where do I put it? Aegislash was so bad. It was literally unplayable as well. Aegislash was beyond unplayable. It was one of those, like, just terrible releases. But probably better than Trevenant at least. Like, it's close though. It's very close. But Aegislash on release was beyond awful. It needed, no, it was super bad. Like, I remember playing it and I just had a terrible time on release day. Like, Trevenant, Aegislash, and Mamoswine, I perfectly remember that this was like the worst time I ever had on like release days. It was so unfun. Like, I still remember those times. I had zero, like, my streams were short. I just couldn't keep playing. It was so bad. Hoopa. Ah, Hoopa was also insanely OP. Question is it like, it's somewhere here, right? I would say. It's somewhere here. Between Blastoise, Dragonite, and Serena. Maybe like here. Like, Hoopa was ridiculous OP as well. I played DPS Hoopa. I think this is fine. Okay, guys, Duraludon. I'm gonna put it first. Like, I think this is no contestation, right? Duraludon takes over the first place position for now. I think this is very easy to put there. It was so OP. Duraludon. Nah, that thing was not okay to be in the game. It was not okay. Yeah. Ridiculous. Back then it was just absolutely insane when it happened, when this character came out. Azumarill was pretty bad. It had like a 42% win rate. But I think it was still better than Mamoswine. Question is, was it better or worse than Gardevoir? Probably worse than Gardevoir release. Or worse than Gardevoir's release, I think. Like, yeah, Azumarill was very bad to play. But I still made it work. Like, I had a few ways of making it work, and it wasn't actually... It was, like, you could make it work, but... Like, I think it's still better than a level 10 Mamoswine. Gonna be very honest. Espeon was very mid. Espeon was very mid. Might fit into this right here. Like, it was... I mean, I think Gardevoir was probably... Actually, I don't know. Gardevoir was level 10, but, like, Gardevoir still felt better to play than the other Pokemon, right? So maybe Gardevoir actually goes higher. Even though Gardevoir was a level 10 Pokemon, it felt much better to play than the others. I have to say. It's difficult, like, this is very difficult. These 3 attacker were just terrible on release. Very difficult to slot them in. But yeah, maybe Gardevoir, Decidueye, Espeon. Is that right? Was Espeon worse than Decidueye? It had like a 44% win rate, Espeon on release. I think 44%. Decidueye we don't know because these 2 Pokemon came out before Unite API existed. Unite API existed like around Duraludon release. Or like at the start of 2022 is when we got Unite API. Before that we have no stats. So like ranking these Pokemon is quite difficult. We don't look at it, but yeah. Delphox I think just goes in here. Was very strong. Was it better than these Pokemon? I don't think so. But it was very good. Like Fire Spin, Mystic Fire on release was a top tier build. But I don't think it was better than any of the other ones before, but it was better than the rest. Right? Do you guys agree on this placing? I'm gonna just ask you, type 1 if you think this is correct, type 2 if you don't think this is correct. 1 for, yeah, this fits, 2 for no. Okay, that's some ones, alright. Yeah, I agree. Glaceon. I mean, Glaceon wasn't OP on release, right? I think it goes right behind Delphox. Was it? But it wasn't unplayable, right? Oh, Glaceon is difficult. Let me look at Glaceon's release win rate. But I think I did well on it. But I think it always had, like, I don't know, Glaceon is a Pokemon that always had a bad win rate for some reason, and I don't know why. If you look at Glaceon, it had a 49. Yeah, okay. Now it had a 49% win rate in non-mirror thing. So yeah, I think it's right here. I think it's right on Delphox. Wait, what was Delphox's win rate actually? I don't even know. Delphox was 51. Yeah, Delphox was pretty good. 51%. Yep. So Delphox for sure was better than Glaceon. That's what it felt like as well. So yeah, I think Glaceon fits into this category. I want to see Duraludon, guys, in case you don't know. Duraludon had such a high pick rate, you can't even see it here anymore. Duraludon's pick rate was so high, it doesn't fit the graph because it ends at 75 here. It was in 79% of the games. 79. Not even Mewtwo Y has this much of a pick rate. Nothing has ever beaten this in pick rate. 79%. Okay. Buzzwole. Ooh, Buzzwole. I mean, Buzzwole was pretty unplayable as well, but I think it was better than Azumarill still somehow. I think, at least. It was pretty bad though as well. But guys, Azumarill actually did very bad. I think it might actually be here. Espeon was somehow, like, Espeon on release wasn't just not a good Pokemon, right? As well. Like, Espeon did not feel good to play. So, I don't know. It's difficult. But Buzzwole is for sure in the bottom percentage. In the bottom half, that's non-debatable. Okay, now comes a difficult Pokemon to place. Tyranitar. Where do we place Tyranitar? In case you know, his Unite move back then was able to crit. You could crit on its Unite move and it just exploded people. And maybe it's here. Maybe here? Behind Hoopa, above Hoopa? Tyranitar was insane as well. Maybe here actually. It could be Hoopa, Tyranitar, Serena. I mean, it got nerfed pretty fast, right? Type 1 if you think this is good. Let me see. I mean, you can look at, like, you know, looking at win rates is not too bad of an idea, I feel like, but I think I actually didn't show it properly last time. Can you guys see? Oh, no, you guys can't even see this. Oh, my bad. You guys can't even see this. It had a 55% release win rate. It was at 55. Hoopa was at, oh, it's 50. Yeah, I mean, they're pretty similar. And Hoopa took a bit of time for people to figure out. Like, I'm also, like, I'm gonna consider, like, 3 weeks after the release of this Pokemon to be part of it, right? Because that's when, you know, people got better at the Pokemon. But I think that's fair then. I think Hoopa, Trinita, Serena looks fair. We have Mew. Oh, Mew is also difficult to place. Mew is very difficult to place. It's difficult to place it higher than Dragonite or Hoopa, I feel like. Can we look at some Mew stats from release day? I mean, I shouldn't look too much at stats, like it should be personal opinion as well, but it's like a good... Like Hoopa, like Mew on release had a 49% win rate, but like you see it climb very fast because it was just, like, it was OP, people just took a bit of time to learn it. But I think it probably goes somewhere here. I think I'm putting it here. Is that I think that's fine. Below Serena? I don't know if I want to put it below Serena. Was Serena this? I mean, Serena was good, but it's difficult. Dodrio is another Pokemon that had a terrible release win rate. Like, in case you don't know Dodrio is hilarious. So I need to show this though. Like, I need to just show you guys, because if you didn't play during this time, you have no idea what even happened. Because Dodrio had one of the worst releases ever. It had a 43% win rate, non-mirror. I always look at the non-mirror win rate. And then it went up to 54% without getting a single buff. It got an 11% win rate increase in a month without a single buff to it. It wasn't buffed. And 11% high win rate. But I think I want to put it right here. I think I'm put it between Mew and Serena. I think that's fair. Yeah. I think that's... Do you guys agree? 1, if you think that's correct. 2. Yeah. I think that's... Dodrio isn't better than Serena. I mean, Dodrio wasn't... I don't know, Dodrio was crazy. Once people figured out Dodrio and how good a Tri-Attack was, it took over the game so fast. But maybe it's worse than Serena. I mean, was Serena on a release this OP? Like, I can't remember, honestly. I can't remember how OP Serena was on release. But yeah, no, it was insane, right? No, Serena was insane, you're right, yeah. Oh, you're right, Serena was pretty insane. I have an old video, but like, yeah, I don't know. Alright guys, Scizor. I think we all can all agree that Scizor is now the new worst Pokemon. For now. I think that is non-debatable. That is non-debatable. Straight up. Non-debatable worst Pokemon. Trevenant? Nah. Guys, you didn't play Scizor on release if you think Trevenant was better, worse. Scizor was unplayable. Absolutely unplayable. I can't remember Clefable. But Clefable was awful as well, right? But I can't remember Clefable. Scyther was like... I would put Scyther maybe above Azumarill. Or maybe behind Azumarill. I would put Scyther. But yeah, Scyther's not in this tier list for some reason. Clefable was maybe somewhere like here. Honestly, I need to look at this. Like, I forgot Clefable, going to be very honest. Like, it was really hyped on test serve, and then it just flopped, right? But yeah, I mean, it didn't... Yeah, I mean, it wasn't too bad on release either. So maybe that's fair. Behind Espeon, I think that's a fine position. It was very hyped on test server, and then it just, like, crashed. Very fast. Zoroark? Ooh, Zoroark is interesting. I think Zoroark is behind Delphox and above Glaceon. But Zoroark was also bugged on release. Zoroark was bugged on release when Night Slash did like double the damage, right? No, Zoroark was OP on release. Nah, Zoroark was OP on release. Night Slash was crazy. You went on level 5 and you just steamrolled the game on level 5. Nah. Yeah, and what? Night Slash was insane on release. Or not? Do I remember it wrong? But like, I mean, some people were bad on it as well. It didn't have the highest win rate, but it's still reasonable. Like, I think that's a good position. Like, Night Slash was very, very good. Was it better than any of these? I don't think so. But it was on level 5 on, it was very, very strong, and like, you just couldn't do anything about it. It just dove your base. It was kind of like Surging Strike to Shifu, but yeah. Sableye! Oh, Sableye is also difficult to place. Sableye was very strong. Sableye was very strong. I think it might go. I think it goes here. Sableye release was wired. It has gotten so many nerfs since then, yeah. I think probably here. Yeah, Night Slash did like double the damage on like the X. I think above Dodrio, under Serena. I think that's fair. Urshifu is very hard to judge. Like Urshifu, I'm gonna have a hard time ranking. I don't know how to rank Urshifu. I mean, it was OP for the game, but like, was it better than anything else, really? I mean, Dark Urshifu was very broken. Surging Strikes was terrible on release. But Wicked Blow was, of course, very, very strong. The question is, where does it go? Like, it didn't... When it took over tournament, like, it was permabanned in tournaments, right? It was permabanned in tournaments. And the Unite move had... Oh my god, the Unite move was AoE. You could actually knock up multiple people as well. You were able to knock up multiple enemy Pokemon at the same time with the Unite move. But I don't know, like, is it better than Dragonite, Blastoise, Sylveon, Greedent? I don't know if it was. It was very OP, but... Oh, it's so difficult to rank this. Maybe here? Above Dragonite? Above Dragonite? Really? Did you play Dragonite on release? Was crazy, man. I swear. Wasn't he like 75 Unite? Couldn't you Unite move like 20 times as Dragonite? Because you had like... Didn't it go back to 75%? If you Unite moved yourself and you could Buddy Barrier... Bro, it was so OP. You could always Buddy Barrier yourself, Unite moving on yourself. It was so broken. And he just perma Buddy Barriered. I need to look at videos from this. It was insane. I mean, I think he is fine. Dragapult was pretty fun, but still pretty mid. But I think it goes somewhere like... Maybe here? Between Blissey and Gardevoir. I mean, again, Blissey... No, Blissey was not too bad. And when people figured out Helping Hand and Safeguard was good, people picked Blissey a lot. I think. So... I think probably here. But Dragapult was also not great. But it was fun. It was a very fun release. Comfey... I think I put it between Scizor and Trevenant. I legit think that Comfey was still more useful than Scizor on release. I did get emergency buffs, but man, I don't know. Was Comfey worse than Scizor? Scizor was literally unplayable on release. It was unplayable. I think it takes the second worst spot. Comfey was terrible. Guys, but Comfey at least healed. Like, Scizor did nothing. Scizor was a 4v5, but at least Comfey somewhat healed. But, guys, Scizor was also griefing your team. Scizor was literally unplayable on live servers. I still think, like, it was bugged back then or not, but yeah. I somehow think Comfey did much better. But Comfey was also bad, of course. Timmy gave Comfey an emergency buff, you're right. Okay, okay, both of those had a 39% win rate, I'm pretty sure. Scizor was at 38. Scizor was at 38 and Comfey at 39. See, guys? I told you. Yeah. Scizor had a worse win rate than Comfey on release day. Just saying. Alright, Zacian. Zacian Takes the first spot. I would say so. Zacian takes the first spot. I mean, Duraludon is very close as well, though. Duraludon is close, but Zacian probably was, yeah, a bit above. But Duraludon was more noob-friendly, right? Like, Duraludon was very noob-friendly, which kind of made it probably more broken. But Zacian is also up here, for sure. Goodra. The Gouda cheese. Oh, I don't... I mean, I enjoyed Goodra, so it doesn't matter what. I think it was still probably... I mean, Goodra was not good, but... It still felt better than the other ones, no? Like, Goodra was very balanced of the release, yeah. I think somewhere around here. It's got many buffs. I mean, so has Buzzwole, and yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess play some of these Pokemon is difficult. Now, Goodra, yeah, Goodra was not good to run, no. It wasn't good. But I still had fun playing it. I think it's probably somewhere around there. I think it's somewhere around here. I think that's fine. Lapras. I think probably here. Below Sylveon, above Blastoise. Above Sylveon, maybe? Oh, it's difficult. Man, some of these are very difficult to actually judge. I think it's somewhere there, though, in that position. I mean, I don't really know. Lapras was ridiculous, but... If you didn't play during Sylveon and Greedent times and Blastoise times, like... You missed out, man. How you didn't miss out. Some Pokemon might seem OP this year, but Sylveon, Greedent, Blastoise, Duraludon, they haunted us in the past, man. Those Pokemon absolutely haunted us. And back then, I mean, right now there's more power creep, so I guess it's a bit different. Like, if Sylveon was released like that, like it was back then, maybe it wasn't SOP now, but it probably would still be very OP as well. It's very hard to judge them because they were, like, released at different, like, power creep levels, right? But I think Lapras might be actually, like, it's somewhere between Blastoise and Lapras. I mean, it's between, it's above Blastoise or below Blastoise, I think. But yeah, this was like... I remember this. This right here. I mean, I'm fine with this person now, but it was still funny. I love the instant Crusader's lab is broken, new best defender video. Content creators on this game are such bottom feeders. I'm sorry. Look at my match history on Lapras. This was my match history on Lapras. 24 KOs there, 198,000 damage, 122, 85, 110, 94, 100k, 120k. But I think Blastoise did similar things, right? But I guess Blastoise had an easier time because back then it was not as OP Pokemon released. So I think it's probably, I think it's one step maybe above Blastoise. But is it though? Man, I need to watch one of my old videos about Blastoise. Like, I swear, I don't... Guys, Blastoise was also absolutely insane, man. Do I have like a... I think I made like a release compilation. Blastoise release day compilation. 1 second. Blastoise release day compilation. But I don't know. Oh, Chris, yeah. Nah, I think Lapras was actually better. But, oh, look at the look at the Unite move. Like the Unite move was crazy. It did so much damage. Back then, Water Spout didn't last the full duration. Yeah, Water Spout didn't last the full duration. No, you had to hold it. You were holding down Water Spout and you pressed A. Okay, Lapras is better. I have to say, but like... Blastoise was very OP, but I think Lapras probably was better. I forgot that Water Spout didn't last the full duration. Look at this Unite move damages. I mean, I know it's an Ivysaur, but like... 2,400 damage on Evanite. Oh, it was so insane. It did so much damage. So yeah, I don't know, man. There's like a clip where I one-shot like a Cinderace, but I don't know if it's in here. I don't think so. Okay, I think actually maybe I do this now. I think I put Blastoise a bit down. After watching this, I feel like Dragonite was actually probably better on release. I think it's only because I forgot that Water Spout didn't last the entire duration. It's just Blastoise was so OP because it was one of the first Pokemon released, I guess. But like in a vacuum against these, I don't think would have a chance. So I think this is... maybe like this, yeah. I don't know. Was Super better? I'm gonna think about Blastoise more. Chandelure was very balanced. I think it goes into like... I think it goes right here. It either goes above or below Zoroark. I think probably above. Like Chandelure was very strong, but... yeah, I think it was very balanced, like in general. Or not balanced, but like... yeah. I think here's a good play. Like... yeah. I think probably here. Above Glaceon. Below Delphox. Umbreon. Umbreon is another just one of those. I mean... where does this nightmare of a Pokemon go? I think the question is just, was it better or worse than Lapras? That is the question. Foul play Snarl, yeah. It's very difficult. Was it better or worse than Lapras? Better? What do the win rates say about Umbreon? I think probably here, actually. Looking at that. Better than Lapras? Really? You want to tell me that Umbreon was better than this? I don't know. Do you really think that Umbreon was better than this? You want to tell me that Umbreon was better than this? It was annoying, but yeah. I think this is fine. But Umbreon was also very broken for sure, and they took too long to nerf it. Leafeon, I think goes here. What do you guys think about this Leafeon positioning? Between Dodrio and above Delphox. I think that is a good position. I think that's a good position. Wesley was so good, yeah, but like these Pokemon were all better. It was very good though. For sure. I think that's fine. Inteleon. Oh, that's... it's so difficult to judge as well. Like, it is very strong and annoying, but is it as OP as the other releases? No, not even close, right? Like, all of these releases up here were ridiculous compared to Inteleon. Worse than Chandelure? Actually, is it worse than Chandelure on release? It's just annoying. Like, I mean, it's... no, Inteleon was not nerfed, right? No, Inteleon was not nerfed yet. He always has a very mid-win rate as well, but, I mean, that's just Pokemon Unite players. Maybe here. Like, if you look, like, Inteleon has never performed above average, like, where the other OP Pokemon have been. I don't know why though. Like you can see it's 50, then it like actually dropped down to 50% barely. Like the highest it has been was 52% in non-mirror matchups. So it's not necessarily too wild. But I don't know if that's skill issues or not. I mean, my intelligent win rate is also not high. Honestly, guys, I'm putting it here. I'm putting it here. I'm putting it here. I've decided. It's just that liquidation is annoying, but like, yeah. Liquidation had an insane win rate. Did it though? Did it have an insane win rate? Actually, was it like 53? And actually, you might be right. It was probably because of snipe shot usage. You're not wrong. It's so difficult. Okay. I don't know. I'm going to leave it here for now. I think that is a fine position. Mewtwo X. Worse or better than Zacian? I think it's one below Zacian. I think one below Zacian. Yeah, I'm putting it one below Zacian. It's a fair second place. And then I'm putting this here, and you can tell me whatever you want. Nothing will be ever better. Like nothing is better than Mewtwo Y on release. Literally nothing. You can tell me whatever you want. I will not believe any of your opinions. Mewtwo Y is the most broken thing they've ever released by far. Like not by far. Zacian is right behind it, but it is the most broken thing ever released. For sure. Yeah. We all agree. It looks like my Twitch chat just all agrees anyway, so. You scored multiple Penta KOs on Mewtwo X release? Yeah, I know, but like... I didn't play Mewtwo Y as much, I think. But yeah, I know, I got a lot of Penta KOs on Mewtwo X, I know. I mean, these are all very close. Like these 4 Pokemon up here, Y, Zacian, X, and Duraludon, are for sure the 4 like best Pokemon ever released on release day. And they're very close as well, but I think Mewtwo Y is a bit ahead. For sure. Blaziken. I think Blaziken probably goes somewhere like here. I like it a lot, but it clearly doesn't perform. Maybe behind Glaceon above Blissey. Blaziken, I don't know, maybe... Is it better than Dragapult though? I think maybe here then. Actually, maybe here. I don't know. I feel like Dragapult release was actually better. But, I mean, I did very well on Blaziken. Blaziken is a big skill issue as well. And the release is overshadowed by Mewtwo Y, right? Another thing. Blaziken's release is overshadowed by the best Pokemon ever released. Or by the 2 best Pokemon ever released. So, or by the 3 best Pokemon ever released. Because Zacian is also still OP. So, I mean, it's difficult. I'm not gonna do a Mimikyu prediction. I'm gonna try to predict Mimikyu. I think Mimikyu goes somewhere like... I would say it goes somewhere here. I think that's where it will be, but... It's gonna be... It's difficult to judge. Test server games just are bad. And playing this Pokemon on high ping was pretty much impossible. But yeah, yeah. I think it'll probably go somewhere here. Okay, the release game Pokemon, guys. I don't know if, like... If I want to talk about all of these at all. I just know that on release, Gengar was the most broken Pokemon. And then maybe Cinderace. And Lucario. And Zeraora. But, like, I don't really remember too much from it. Like, I can't put these in. Like, it's too long ago. And... Yeah, I don't... It's too long ago. Charizard... Cram was also king. Cram was played a lot. Snorlax was the king of Defender. Wigglytuff was the worst Pokemon. Wigglytuff was unplayable until it got buffed. Crustle was, I think, pretty unplayable, right? Greninja was a sleeper Pokemon that slowly got better. Eldegoss was played a lot. Pikachu was fine. Machamp was good. Slowbro was good. Mime was good. Like, at least, like, yeah, I don't know. Like, Greninja actually was pretty strong. People just didn't realize it. And yeah, I think, I mean, I don't know, something like, I don't know, Ninetales was odd. Nah, Ninetales wasn't good, right? No, Ninetales was actually also good. Yeah, I don't know. I can't rank these. Well, this is for the list. So we have Mewtwo is the best. Scizor is the worst. I think it's a pretty good list. You just go from left to right, left to right, left to right. This is my release day order and how strong I think each Pokemon was on release. I think it looks quite fine. There's for sure some questionable things as well in there. Let me know in the comments what you think or what you disagree the most with. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!